What's going on, you guys? It's WWE Asylum 16 here, and welcome back to another Raw review. In fact, this is the final Raw review before SummerSlam. It's this Sunday night, taking place in Brooklyn, New York. So without further ado, let's get straight into this Raw review. So we kicked off the show with a little segment with Seth Rollins, and apparently he's been looking for the Demon King all week, and he still is looking for Finn Balor, Finn Balor's alter ego. And so that really, it's just a little preview of what's going to happen later tonight, you know, when he actually calls out the Demon King. So it's a little preview to that. But anyways, we get into the real show, and Rusev and Lana come out, and Rusev is demanding an apology for what Roman Reigns did to him and Lana last week, where he drove Lana's face into the cake, which was hilarious, and where he roasted them as well. So Rusev is in the ring demanding an apology, and he said he's not going to leave the ring until Reigns apologizes to him and the WWE Universe. So then Foley comes out, the general manager of Raw. He comes out, and he's like, you know what, Rusev, you're not going to take control of my show. You're not just going to haul out this ring. You're not going to haul out my show. And then Reigns comes out after Rusev said that he's like the top champion of Raw right now, because, you know, there's no Universal title right now, but after SummerSlam there's going to be a big change to that. So Rusev will no longer be the Raw champion. Anyways, so Reigns comes out and he makes a little fake apology, trying to make it seem like it's real, by saying to Rusev, "Oh, I'm sorry you two met online," or something like that. It was funny too. He's just trying to roast the hell out of them once again. And then he mentions that they're going to make some ugly little Sasquatch babies. What is going on with Roman Reigns, man? He's starting to become a real savage here. And then Mick Foley announces that even though they're fighting each other at SummerSlam for the United States Championship, they're going to fight each other again tonight on Raw in the main event in honor of Lana, in honor of Lana's something, or in honor of Lana, I guess. That's what he said. Right here, he's like, Mick Foley was like, Rusev versus Roman Reigns tonight in honor of Lana, right here in Corpus Christi, Texas. So it was kind of weird, because when Foley said that Reigns and Rusev would fight each other tonight before SummerSlam, I was like, okay, what is going on here? Like, first off, they're going to have a match tonight, even though they're having the U.S. title match at SummerSlam in just 6 days. Or 5 days, or 4 days, actually, because it's Wednesday today. But anyways, so it makes no sense that they would fight each other on Raw and then fight each other again at SummerSlam. It's like, because you get Raw for free on the TV and SmackDown Live, and then you gotta pay. If you don't have the network, you have to pay $60 just to view the same matchup that you just saw on Raw, except this time it's for the United States Championship. However, if you have the network, you have to pay $9.99 a year, or $9.99. Yeah, you have to pay $9.99. And so, yeah, it just kind of makes no sense that we get to view this match for free, and then just 6 days later we have to watch it again, except this time you have to pay for it. Not, of course, you have the network. I'm just really saying this for the people who don't have the WWE network. So yeah, it just kind of makes no sense to me that they would do something like that, but I guess it's happening. So, yeah, Rusev and Reigns in the main event overall should be interesting. So there's a little backstage segment. I don't know. Actually, no, I'm skipping the thing. Sheamus took on Sami Zayn after, because he's still feuding with Cesaro after the BS that happened last week, where Cesaro was fighting Rusev in the main event of Raw, and Sheamus cost him the U.S. title when he kicked him, and then Rusev took advantage with a super kick, or a kick to the head, and then Cesaro was furious over that, because Sheamus cost him his match, and so these guys are still fighting. And so Sami Zayn is the one that fights Sheamus this week, and Cesaro's on commentary. It was a pretty good matchup between Sheamus and Zayn. I like how Sheamus said that Sami Zayn is like a ripoff to him, which kind of makes sense, because if you really think about it, kind of does. No, I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about Sami Zayn at all, but still, I kind of gotta agree with Sheamus on this. So in the end, it was Sami Zayn who picked up the win after Cesaro distracted Sheamus, kind of like how Sheamus distracted Cesaro last week on Raw. And Sami Zayn connects with the Huluba kick, and Zayn wins. So now, after the commercial break is over, Cesaro and Sheamus are backstage, and apparently they've been brawling during the commercial break. And then, when the show comes back on, Foley comes out backstage, and he announces that, you know, I'm sick of you two interfering in each other's matches. You try to impress me the last 2 weeks in a row, and so that's why we're going to be having a best of 7 series. And I'm like, what? A best of 7 series? Okay, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. So you have Cesaro and Sheamus face off each other in not 1, but 2 matches. 2 weeks in a row. 2 matches. Cesaro wins both matches. He gets his U.S. title shot last week. Sheamus cost him the U.S. title match. And then Sheamus loses to Sami Zayn this week after Cesaro distracts him for payback for last week. And now they're fighting each other again for the next 7 weeks in a row. And I'm like, what is going on? So, I didn't have a problem with these two fighting each other. You know, I did enjoy both of their hard-hitting matches, but now this is kind of getting ridiculous. You want us to really sit there and watch them fight for another 6 or 7 weeks in a row? What is going on, man? I don't think nobody wants to see that. I mean, yeah, like 1 or 2 matches, or even 3 matches is good enough, but really? Like, that's like a total of 10 matches that these guys are going to fight each other just week after week after week after week after week. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm not really into this Best of 7 series. I mean, I know it's going to be good and all, but it makes no sense to have this, because Cesaro won both his matches, and now they're just fighting each other again because they both cost each other their matches. So, I don't know what to think of this. And the first matchup of the series is at SummerSlam, so kind of the same scenario I said before, Rusev and Roman Reigns. They had a match on Raw, and now they're fighting each other again at SummerSlam. Kind of the same scenario with Cesaro and Sheamus, where they fought each other 2 weeks in a row, and now we have to see them fight each other again at SummerSlam, and then in like another 6 weeks in a row. So it's kind of crazy. I don't know. Mick Foley really has nothing to he really can't think of anything to do with Sheamus and Cesaro at this point. So that's why I think Cesaro should be moved to SmackDown Live. Sheamus should stay on Raw, and Cesaro should move to SmackDown Live, because right now they're doing nothing with these two men, and I don't know where it's gonna go from here after this Best of 7 series is over. But it looks like this series won't end until, like, I want to say the next pay-per-view, which is Clash of Champions, that replaces Night of Champions. I don't know if it's actually going to go on for that long, but it might. It's just kind of getting ridiculous, if you really think about it. So yeah, after that, we have the New Day taking on the Dudley Boys. Oh my god, like, why did this happen? I'm still not too thrilled about this. Like, I really don't want to see this 7 weeks in a row, but it's gonna happen. Anyways, let me move on here. So the New Day took on the Dudley Boys in a pretty quick match, kind of sloppy actually, because you know there's a big miscalculation with Devon and Bravo Ray Dudley again, and then yeah, the New Day easily won. Wasn't anything too special. then we have I Don't Care squashing another jobber. That's right, Nia Jax, because I don't give a damn about her. She is terrible. She's absolutely terrible. And she takes out another jobber. Pretty pointless matchup. I'd rather see Braun Strowman on Raw instead of her. So get rid of her. Brock Lesnar and Heath Slater segment. Okay, now Lesnar and Heyman, they come back to Raw just 6 days away from SummerSlam. They come back, and before Heyman even says a single line in the ring, Heath Slater's music hits, and I'm like, at this point, I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing, Heath? Are you like wishing for a death list or something? So it's kind of getting a little weird here, because Heath Slater coming out, whoa, what's that? No, I just saw something on Instagram. So yeah, he comes out to interrupt Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. So you gotta just really think in your head and realize what Heath Slater is doing here. He says that he wants a match with Brock Lesnar. One match. He wants one more match to try to get a Raw contract. So he tries to get a match with Brock Lesnar. Then he comes into the ring, and he tells Brock that he has kids, of course, and he has to put food on the table for them or whatever. And then Brock's like, he grabs the mic for the first time, and I'm like, wait a minute, Brock is actually gonna talk, and he actually does. And he's like, Heath, come in the ring. Come on, man. I understand your point here. I got kids too, so I understand what you mean. You gotta put food on the table here. But then Brock does the most savage thing. We all know how Brock is. He's a absolute beast, and he's a savage. So, yeah, he tells Heath Slater he's acting all calm, and he's trying to feel bad for Slater and his kids. But then Brock is being such a savage when he says, I don't give a about your kids. And I was like, yeah, okay, I knew that was coming, because I would never see Brock Lesnar feeling bad for somebody, except if it was like a member of his family or something. I don't know. But still, I knew that was coming. So instead, what happens is that Heath Slater doesn't get his matchup, and Lesnar beats the hell out of him, takes him to Suplex City, drills him with one F5, takes him out of the ring, and then Heyman makes the promo saying that this Sunday at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar will be victorious against the Viper, Randy Orton. He will take him to Suplex City, drill him with an F5, Lesnar will be victorious, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So Big Cass took on Kevin Owens. Just like last week when Jericho fought Amore, it's the other way around where Big Cass takes on Kevin Owens. And this ended up the same way last week's match ended, where Big Cass got involved and it was a whole disqualification thing. Same thing that happened this week, except it was Jericho who got involved, caused Big Cass to match up, and now we got a brawl inside the ring. They take out Enzo Amore, and Jericho hits the Codebreaker on Big Cass, takes him out. So it was a pretty short match, and it ended in disqualification. Yeah. So Reigns is being interviewed backstage before his matchup with Rusev later tonight, and then Rusev comes out of nowhere, and they start brawling backstage. Rusev trying to send a message to Reigns, saying that he would get him back from what happened last week, and then he drove him into the garage door. But he didn't drive him into it, or he did drive him into it, but he didn't go through it. He drove him into the garage door, and then he threw him on the table. Table didn't break, which is pretty funny. Pretty much a preview for SummerSlam and for Raw, and for the main event. Okay. The Primetime Players reunited for just one night only, and they took on the Shining Stars, and this was another sloppy finish to the match, because Darren Young inadvertently took out Titus, and Titus got pissed off over it, and he drilled them with the Clash of the Titus, and that's what cost them the match, and Shining Stars won, and now Titus is apparently back to being a heel. I really don't understand why they're continuing this rivalry with Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, but it's going nowhere. Trust me, it is going absolutely nowhere. So this feud just gotta end soon. Neville took on Jinder Mahal. Pretty quick matchup, like I said. Some of these matches on Raw tonight were pretty quick, actually. They didn't really last long. So Neville took on Jinder Mahal, easily took him out with the red arrow. 1, 2, 3, Neville wins. Then Seth Rollins calls out the Demon King, Finn Balor. And because, Foley said that, you look for him all around everywhere today, right? And then Rollins was like, yeah, I looked for him everywhere this entire day. And then Foley was like, well, if you haven't found him, why don't you go call him out in the ring? So Rollins agrees, and he does it. He calls out Balor in the ring. Nothing happens, and then all of a sudden, the lights go out, or they're starting to flicker, and then they start to come out. But then what happens? Before Balor even comes out, this random ass fan makes his way into the ring, and he tries to attack Rollins. And I'm like, are they seriously going to do this again? This is like the second time in a row Seth Rollins is trying to be attacked by a fan, by a random fan. Just why is that happening? So thank God the cameras didn't cut to him. At first off, I didn't know what was going on because I saw the guy was wearing a hard hat, so I figured he was like a construction worker or something. So it kind of made no sense why he came into the ring at first, but then when Rollins pushed him away and he was acting like nothing happened, I was like, okay, that's the moment I knew that it was a random fan trying to attack Rollins. So he tried to get into the ring. Security easily took him out after Rollins shoved him, and then Rollins just continued on to where he left off, where he called out Finn Balor, and then the lights flicker, they go out, and Balor's music plays, and here he comes, the Demon King. Pretty sick. If you haven't seen the Demon King in NXT, if you haven't seen his entrance, here it is on Raw. First time ever on Raw. And like I said before, they really should have saved this for SummerSlam, but they ended up showing it up for Raw, which was kind of cool. But now, I don't know. I just think it should have been better for Raw. For SummerSlam. It should have been saved for SummerSlam and not for Raw. That's pretty much what I think about it. It could have ended up with like Balor coming out in his normal attire, saying that the Demon will be here this Sunday at SummerSlam or something. It could have ended with something like that instead of him actually dressed up as the Demon and attacking Rollins. It just kind of made no sense to me. That they brought out the Demon that quick. But either way, it was a pretty cool segment, a pretty cool face-to-face right there with the Demon and the Man. So that was cool. Charlotte ended up taking on Alicia Fox, and it was another quick matchup. Very, very quick. And before this match even took place, she was talking to Dana Brooke backstage, and it looked like that she was firing Dana Brooke as her protege, or her black dog, or her manager, whatever. I thought she was being serious, telling Dana Brooke that even though, you lost your match last week with Sasha Banks, so you were not going to be in my corner this Sunday, so Anthony has to go on my own, and I'm just going to find someone else who actually knows what they're doing, and it can actually be my real assistant. And then I thought she was being for real at that point, but then when Sasha was in the ring, after Charlotte defeated Alicia Fox, after Sasha came into the ring, and she tried to take out Charlotte, here comes Dana Brooke, of course, and she beats up Sasha, and then Charlotte applies the figure 8. Yeah, another preview for SummerSlam. I really hope Sasha retains, because if she doesn't retain, it makes no sense that she would ever win the title in the first place. She has to retain Sunday. She just has to. The Golden Truth took on Gallows and Anderson in another quick tag team match. All these matches were quick tonight, I'm telling you. Gallows and Anderson easily won with the Magic Killer, and then New Day come out. they get more revenge on Gallows and Anderson. Another preview for SummerSlam. Then we move on to the main event, Roman Reigns versus Rusev, the big matchup of the night. The big preview for SummerSlam, Reigns and Rusev tonight. Here we go, Reigns and Rusev, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty good match. I actually really enjoyed it. It's probably, I don't know, this match might end up being better than their actual match at SummerSlam, or the SummerSlam match might be better than this match. But either way, I did enjoy this match. Rusev took control of most of this match. You know, he was working on Roman Reigns' left arm, and then Reigns was just trying to do as much as he could, but that arm just kept bothering him. And then finally, he was able to take advantage when he hit Rusev with like a clothesline or something, hit him with Samoan drop, turned the match around, bam, drilled him with the Superman punch, and then hit him with the spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is victorious, just 6 days away from SummerSlam. I don't know what to think of it now, because it seems like since Roman Reigns won tonight, then is that going to mean that Rusev is going to somehow retain at SummerSlam? Or like, not clean, but probably dirty? I don't know. So, there you guys have it. The final Raw review before SummerSlam. What did you guys think of it? I thought it was okay. It could have been a little better. Like I said, they really should have saved the Demon King for SummerSlam instead of Raw. And they also shouldn't have had Reigns and Rusev fight before SummerSlam. But either way, I did enjoy the match. And I'm glad that Reigns won. Now I'm just hoping that Reigns wins the title at SummerSlam. But it looks like the Rusev is going to retain in a sloppy way. Or in a dirty way or something like that. There you guys have it. So yeah. SmackDown Live review will be coming up shortly. I got that coming up next. So stay tuned for that. So without further ado, guys, this is going to be the end of this Raw review. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, favorite it, do whatever you want, all that good stuff, and I'll be back with my SmackDown Live review.